How's everyone doing?
Raining all day, yo.
You said what?
It's been raining all day. It's been raining all day.
For real.
Mm. It's been raining the last few
It's
days
crazy.
here. It looked
It's
like it
crazy, man.
might have rained, but I was asleep earlier when it happened.
Right.
So, but it rained yesterday and day before. So
I'm gonna call my
it's been
grandma
getting
right
nothing but rain the last couple of days.
It's been crazy.
Yeah,
now. I hate rain.
You hate the rain?
Yeah. When I'm in it. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh man. So you good? Your family good, Ashley?
yeah. I was telling
Yeah.
Reg last night. My mom and I went to the Babyface and Kim concert.
Oh wow. Well, how was that?
Oh, it was incredible. Babyface went on stage first. He did a medley of his songs.
Hmm.
Yeah. You're My Kind of Girl. Soon as I Get Home.
Right.
Um, Never Keeping Secrets. Every
Classic.
time I close my eyes. Yeah. He did a lot of his stuff, and then ended up singing a medley of the songs that he produced for other groups and artists. Like he did Two Occasions.
Hmm.
He did My, Fair Weather Friend. He did Every Little Step, Don't Be
Hmm.
Cruel, Rock With You, Roni. He even
Nice.
did Can We Talk? These Are the
Wow.
Times. Yeah, These Are the Times We're Not Making
He,
Love Anymore.
mm,
He even did End of the Road, I'll Make Love to You. He did he did Slow Jams. He did Rock Steady.
right.
Yeah,
He
he
did
did.
everything.
Yeah, he did pretty much a lot of stuff he did for all the people in the 90s. He even did TLC's Baby
Wow.
and Red Light Special.
So
Yeah,
he
he even
sang all of
did
those, or you
Tony
just played it?
Braxton's Love Should Have Brought You Home. He
He sang
sang
all of
them.
those
He
songs.
sang them.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah, he did. He did Love Should Have Brought You Home. He did TLC's Baby, Red Light
Hmm.
Special. He even
Right.
did Sitting Up in My Room for Brandy.
Brandy. Yeah.
He had the audience sing Not Gonna Cry by Mary.
Wow.
Yeah, he
That's
even
crazy.
did yeah, I know he did a lot of incredible songs. Yeah.
That's dope. And how was
Yeah, my
Kim?
mom had a had a good time. Oh, Kim was incredible. His band
Mm,
and his background singers and him, they did a phenomenal job.
yeah.
Yeah, my mom enjoyed
That's
it a
dope.
lot.
That sounds like a great show.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was I guess you could say part of my Mother's Day gift for my mom was that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's great. Happy Mother's Day to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever discussed Babyface on here, Reg, did we? Or Kim?
No.
Other than the songs he produced, we never
Mm,
actually did a
Yeah, we
Babyface
only
album.
mentioned the songs he produced, but never his albums. That could
But
right.
be another
I
artist
did,
we definitely need to talk about.
Yeah.
yeah. 'Cause I did say if I did get a copy of For the Cool and You, I would plan a review on that. So
Oh,
Okay.
dope. You
I
got
have
that
that
track?
too. Yeah, I got that.
I got I got
Okay,
that
I got it too.
one,
I got it too.
Tender Lover,
Yeah.
and I think I have another Babyface album. I gotta double check, but
Yeah.
Okay.
I know I got Tender Lover for the Cool in You. I even have Grown and Sexy. I have The Day. I
Yeah, I
mm,
have
got you.
Return of the Tender Lover
Hmm.
and
I need that one.
Return of the Tender Lover.
Yeah, I need that one.
Yeah. I even have the one out collab album he did with Tony Braxton.
That was a good one.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got a lot of his stuff.
Dope.
Okay.
Yeah, and last night was my first time as well as my mom's first time seeing Kim and Babyface live. So
Right.
yeah,
That's what's up.
and then too, my mom played Babyface's music when I was growing up. So
Yeah.
that
Same.
was my my taste of listening to real music, because she had even had some songs of his on a mixtape, and I
Mhm.
used to play that mixtape on my cassette player when I was like 6, 7 years old.
Right. That's what's up.
Yeah,
What years do you think Babyface was in his prime production wise?
I mean he's been in his bag for a very long time. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention, he even did sang the songs for After Seven that he produced. He did Can't Stop and Ready or Not.
Hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
He did all of those.
Yeah, and I even told my mom that he was producer of the year back in the '90s like three
Yeah.
times
Hmm.
for his work.
I would
And he's and
say,
yeah, and he looks the same.
yeah,
He does not like he's aged, and he said that he's 64 now.
it's great. He has a baby face. That's great. I hope to look like him when I'm 64. So I would say between like 90. I don't want to say 90 because he has hits from the 80s, but I think like 92 to like maybe 98, 99. He was in his prime. What
Yeah,
you say, Reg?
I grew up knowing him more for his '90s stuff. I
Yeah.
didn't discover his work doing the deal until my mom told me about that, and I didn't know he did Rock Steady until he
Hmm.
released the song on YouTube with him singing it originally.
And I forgot he did stuff on Don't Be Cruel. So I want to say like what
Yeah,
was that,
yeah,
like
yeah,
88
yeah, yeah. Because I even mentioned to Reg that he even sang some of the songs from that album. Don't be cruel.
to
He
like
was even
88 to like 98, I would say.
yeah, yeah. He was even dancing when he was
Mm.
doing every little step.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What you think, Reg? What was his like strong years in his production wise?
Honestly, I would say 1990 to
Hmm.
maybe 2000. Because the reason why I don't
Right.
say 88, because he
Hmm.
did do his thing on Don't Be Cruel, but I feel like the real
And he
MVP
even
on that,
did stuff with the deal and yeah.
Right.
yeah. I've always thought Teddy Riley was a true MVP from the Don't Be Cool album, if you ask me.
Facts.
Yeah. But like, I
Yeah,
felt like
yeah. I mean they both were. They both
yeah,
were like
Hmm.
facts.
yeah, yeah, I'll definitely say throughout the '90s and in the early 2000s, definitely his best
Yeah.
production.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah, that man knows how to put out a whole lot of hits.
Definitely.
Cause I was reading a list of all the artists that he's written songs for.
Hmm.
It blew my mind. He wrote stuff for Celine Dion. Even
Hmm.
produced Ariana Grande's album. He did so so many things. Eric Clapton. I mean,
Yep.
dang.
Yep. I
Does
heard
anybody
Reg
have
listening
this?
to Cypress already.
Huh?
No, I don't have. I have a H Town single. I don't have none of the albums though.
I don't have none of H Town's albums either. I was looking online on Amazon to see if they got any used copies at
You
reasonable
remember this?
prices.
You remember the Thin Line Between Love
Oh
and Hate
yeah, I remember. I
single?
remember. Yeah, they have that on Amazon too. That one, A Thin Line Between
Yeah.
Love and Hate, the single. Yep.
Yes. I got the single. I never bought the albums though.
Mm.
Yeah, I only got the second and third album, so
Right.
Yeah, I think they got the second album for reasonable prices, but their third album I think is still available. But then Imitations of Life and the Best
Hmm.
of H Town, they're out of stock right now.
I need their first album. Their first album is
Yeah,
out of print.
I need it too. Yeah.
They might be watching this too, Reg. 'Cause I,
shit.
I, I tagged them in the story and they saw the story, so they they might be watching
Oh
this.
wow! So Shazam and GI may be
Yeah,
watching this.
yeah,
Oh
because
wow.
they saw the story, so I
Oh
like to
man.
do that because I mean it puts more awareness to what we do here. So like when we did the PM Dawn thing, PM Dawn saw the story, and they didn't, unfortunately they didn't like what Reg had to say, but I still want to get
I
an
did not
interview with,
watch that one. I did not watch
yeah,
that video.
I still want to get an
I
interview
need to
with
watch that one.
yeah, You know what I mean? The
Is
Beat
it
Nuts when
on
we
your
did.
channel, Try, or on
No,
Reggie's?
it's on Reggie channel.
Okay.
When we
I'm
did
using back.
when we did the Beat Nuts album review, the Beat Nuts saw the story and they liked it. So I'm gonna like start tagging the artists that we discussing from now on, so they
Okay.
see it. You know, it's only right. But who else is talking about East Sound Brothers?
Yeah. And then
You know,
too, I went to see them in concert back in February because there was a R&B festival in my city. They were
right?
part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Genuine, 112, Monica, and Escape.
Oh wow,
Yeah, so I
that's
was there to see them live for the first time, but it didn't feel right to me because of course Dino's been gone
right.
since '03, and but when I saw that Dino bot, that tripped me out more than
Mm.
anything. I was like,
How did he die? 'Cause I remember hearing he passed away, but I don't know how he died.
oh, I watched their unsung episode.
Mm.
I think the other day, and him and his pregnant girlfriend at the time, they were killed in a very bad car accident. His
Oh
girlfriend died
wow,
at the scene, and Dino
wow,
died on the way to the hospital.
that's crazy. What year was that? Was it in the 90s?
Because the accident, I think it ejected both of them out of the freaking car because they were in a Honda Civic.
Wow,
Yeah, and the vehicle that ran a red light and hit him, it was an SUV.
that's crazy. What that was in the
Yeah,
2000s?
that was in '03.
Oh three.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. I
Yeah,
never knew that.
because his pregnant girlfriend was 22 and Dina was 28 at the time.
They were young.
Yeah, and when I watched the unsung episode, his mom and brother didn't know that he was in the morgue for 2 days, and that was when they found out.
Wow.
Yeah,
And so he would
and
have been
Based
in
on
his
like
40s now.
yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. Because even the episode, it mentioned that one of the last songs that Dina was working on was a track called "The Day That I Die,"
Mm,
and to
interesting.
me that kind of foreshadowed his demise in a
Right,
very eerie way.
right.
And I listened to that song entirely, and that song gave me chills. And I was hearing, I'm like, dang,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
yeah,
So he would
yeah.
have been
I
close
was
to
telling
50 right now, right?
he would be if he was alive.
He would be. Okay.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, yeah. But he was only 28 when he died. Yeah,
Crazy. It's always the good die young.
yeah. Very young. I know.
Meanwhile, we're stuck with Little Wayne and shit.
Mm.
You know.
You said Lil Wayne.
I meant we're stuck. The good always die young, but we're stuck with some of these dudes that will never be legends. Especially these mumble rappers now.
Yeah,
You know, crazy.
yeah. When you I guess stepped away, I was telling Try that I saw H Town for the first time back in February, and I told him about that Dino, but
Dino Bot.
yeah,
Dino
that
Pop.
freaking 7 foot tall robot that was on the freaking stage with Gi and Shazam and the background dancers when they did their set
Oh my
and
god.
was dancing along with
Are they
them.
still traveling with the Dino Pop? Cause they still on they touring.
I don't know if they are, but if they are, I'm like, oh my god.
Wow.
At
Because I
least it's
even
not a
sent
hologram.
Reg a video of that because I recorded some parts of their set and I even sent Reg the video of the Dino bot.
Wow. That's crazy. I need to
Yeah.
see that.
At least it's not a hologram and shit.
Right?
But still, to me, I know since Dino's no longer on this earth, I mean, it would have been better if they showed like old video clips of him, like when he was singing his parts, you know.
Right.
So it would have been nice to show like old footage of Dino for the audience. That would have made a lot more sense than having a freaking 7 foot tall robot on the stage.
Oh my god.
And it changed colors as it was moving.
What? Change colors.
Yes,
Oh my god.
it changed
Changing
colors when it was
color.
To
dancing.
what?
Oh my god.
What the hell?
Yes.
Oh man.
Because 1 minute it would be blue, 1 minute it would be like orange, then green, then fluorescent
That's
yellow. I'm like, oh my god.
What the hell?
Yeah,
that's
Wow.
yeah.
They can't still be
I'm
traveling
actually
with that
glad
Dino
Merch
Buck.
did not go with me to see that. I'm actually glad.
They cannot still be traveling with that after all these years. I'll be surprised.
Yeah.
Dino, but
It should sound funny.
I'm in this stuff with Viola.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. What's up, YouTube? How's everyone doing this lovely Saturday evening? It's your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Tron with me. Got my homegirl
Yup.
Ash with me.
What's good?
And today we're going to talk about H-Town's first album, Fever for the Flavor. It's dropped on April 15th, 1993 on Luke Records. Produced by Bishop Burrell Sr., John Catalan, and Luther Campbell was the executive producer. Singles I was known for are Knocking the Boots, Lick You Up, Keeping My Composure, and Baby I Wanna, and no guest appearances. So, yeah, man, H-Town, man. Finally talking about H-Town on this channel. Definitely one of the most underrated R&B groups of their time and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Members, the late, great Dino, Shazam, which was his brother, and GR. Uh, so how did y'all get into H-Town to start off with?
Ashley, you wanna go first?
Okay. Um, I wasn't too familiar with H Town when I was growing up, so I became familiar with them sometime in my mid 20s. So of course I know the song "Knocking the Boots." I remember hearing that song getting played on the radio a lot, a lot, a lot. And then when I watched their Unsung episode a few years back, I learned more about their discography and more of the songs that they've done. And I remember hearing their rendition of a Thin Line Between Love and Hate by the Persuaders in the film with the same title with Martin Lawrence and
Yeah.
Lynn Whitfield in it. And I did not know they did a song for Above the Rims as well for that soundtrack. So I didn't know about Part Time Lover. And I remember watching their Unsung episode. I didn't know that they were signed to Luke Luke Campbell's record label at the time and all of that. And my first actual experience seeing them live was back in February of this year at an R&B festival. So I was able to see both Shazam and GI live
Right.
for the first time doing their thing, singing their greatest hits besides Knocking the Boots. They did Part Time Lover. They even did Emotions. I love that song.
Right.
And I want to say they did Lick You Up live as well. And I can't remember if they did They Like It Slow or not. But those are the ones that stuck out to me.
No.
Yeah.
For me,
Yes.
I saw the Knock on the Boots video on, I think Video Music Box was like the first to play that. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think nothing of it. I thought they were like, at that time we had a whole bunch of 90s groups come out.
Yeah.
TLC, Jodeci, Boyz II Men, As Yet,
Silk.
Silk, Escape. So many groups. A lot of them, came and went. You know what I'm saying? And I really thought they was gonna be like a one hit wonder when they came out with Knocking the Boots. And they like to know that they were from like down south. And I'm like, yo, they from what, Texas or Houston or something. And
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
lot of the
Houston.
groups, yeah, a lot of the R&B groups at that time were from up here. So it was like we didn't really pay attention to them until like the radio started playing this song, and they just blew up off of that one song. And I remember hearing like keeping my composure and lick you up and stuff, and they had some hits, and Thin Line Between Love and Hate. That's one of my favorites. I ended up buying the single for that, from that movie, and they were good. I always felt like they were underrated though. I never really hear a lot of people mention their name when it comes to like male R&B groups in the '90s, like
Yeah,
Jodeci and Boyz II Men. It's so
yeah,
it's mainly them and then everybody else after them. But they were definitely anything to hear that they were discovered by Uncle Luke, and I wasn't a Two Live Crew fan at all. So, but like I knew Uncle Luke and what he did, for censorship and you know like to know that he like co-signed the group. I'm like, oh, that's dope. He got an R&B group that actually they actually could sing and they good. And you know, um, I just felt like they were underrated and you didn't hear too much about them. And I remember when Dino passed away, and that was sad. And it's like there's a lot of groups like that. Like High Five was another group that their leader passed away,
yeah, yeah.
and
Tony,
yeah, and I was like huge fans of them too. And it's sad. It's sad to see that, but Intro. That's another group. They leader passed away, unfortunately, and you know, this is like great R&B, man. Like timeless R&B that unfortunately, like a lot of these leaders of these groups are no longer here. But I definitely feel like they were underrated and they had some great timeless music. So
I agree. Dope stories from both of y'all and shit.
yeah,
Yeah, to me, I heard that song "Knocking the Boots." I think it was on the radio. I heard that song and shit like that. I definitely love the song and shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really get too familiar with the discography probably until like years later. Spoiler
same.
alert. Just true. Spoiler alert. Their second album, "Begging After Dark," is my favorite album. Just to let y'all know. That's gonna be the next one we'll talk about and shit. But one thing H Town never got his just due for was the fact that they put really probably on the R&B scale of things, they put Houston on the map. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah,
Because
they were the first
yeah,
group.
yeah, because Destiny's Child, Destiny's Child, yeah, Sammy and all them people and shit. Like,
Sammy,
Sammy, I like you.
he's still singing too.
I remember that song.
He's still singing.
Yeah,
Shit, he's finding more things to like and shit. Mm. Anyway, but H Town was really the first one on the R&B spectrum to really represent for Houston and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
yeah.
Mm. Like I mentioned, the members include Jazam, Gi, and Dino. They're from Houston, Texas. They were originally known as the Gents.
Hmm.
And to be real with you, they actually recorded their first album. So technically, if you want to be technical, this is their second album, but we're just gonna call this their first album. Fuck it.
Right.
So the Gents they called this. They had this album called "It's No Dream," and that was only released locally, like mostly in the Houston markets and stuff like that. And Shazam was actually the lead singer at that time too.
Oh
But
wow.
so it was not a huge commercial success. So they ended up, still performing at talent shows, and then that's when their producer, well, one of the local producers sent their demo tape to Luther Campbell and stuff like that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And at that time too, he had left Two Live Crew at that time. He had
Hmm.
just formed his own label and shit too. So he was definitely trying to look for more R&B cats and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's when he liked them, and he pretty much wanted to make them like the hip hop. I mean, the R&B version of Two Live Crew, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they pretty much renamed themselves from the Gents to H Town, and that's pretty much where the term H Town really comes from when it comes to these guys and shit too. So then fast forward to 1993, of course, that's when they dropped this album and stuff too. And then then we went on tour, the Coco Summerfest tour and shit too. So
Hmm.
yeah. All right, so this is the album cover right here. Just typical '90s wear. You know what I'm saying, with the hoodies and shit like the high top fades. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Um, oh, you said he's actually from Florida. I don't know why I thought he was from H Town. Oops.
Sammy.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So this album got 12 tracks. Let's get this shit started. Track number one is introduction. Pretty dope intro. It's very short though. You know what I'm saying? It could have probably been a song by itself. You know, just based on the vocals and everything like that. So I like this intro.
Yeah, I like the beat. It's like a real slow down type of beat. Um, a nice intro to begin, like, and just letting everybody know where they're coming from, and they kept saying H Town's in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That was like the typical '90s intro. You get people hyped up for the album, and let people know where you from. I enjoyed it.
Right.
Yeah, the intro was definitely a good way to start off the album, and letting people know that not only the group H Town is in the building, but they even repping their city, their hometown, of course.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, definitely a very dope intro and shit. Which leads us to the second track,
Yeah.
Can't Fade the H. Um, what I got from this track really was just them putting Houston on the map, putting respect to where they came from and shit like that. Um, Nice little New Jack Swing ish, kind of beat. You know what I'm saying? And this was like really
Yeah.
at the end of that New Jack Swing era, stuff like that too, because that year, you had, of course, R. Kelly coming up with 12 Play, the Mary J. Blige that came out with the hip hop with What's the 411 and shit like that too. So this one was a
Right.
pretty straight track. They're definitely one of
Yeah.
those groups. They're definitely one of those groups where they mostly excel with the ballads and shit too. But yeah,
Right. Yeah. This was a hard track. Had like a hard street edge to it. Nice New Jack Swing beat, bass line. Definitely enjoyed this one.
Yeah. I'll admit that I like Can't Fade the Age because it definitely was to me definitely them like a homage to their hometown of Houston, and then too not a whole lot of R&B groups I guess came from down south at this point. So for them to definitely let people know who they are and where they come from with this song here definitely speaks volumes.
definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Track number two, number three, excuse me, is Treat You Right. Um, this one was okay. I wasn't really too big on this track right here. You know what I'm saying? Um, you can still feel Luke's creative control all over this fucking album and stuff like that because it definitely had that Miami. It's like a mixture with New Jack Swing, but with the Miami drums and shit too.
Right.
Some bass drums and shit. So not a bad track, but not really my cup of tea.
I thought it was dope. Definitely a nice beat, nice and bass line. I like the New Jack Swing sound to it. It was solid.
Respect.
Yeah, I felt Treat You Right was definitely a good song with like Try mentioned, a good beat and bass line. Yeah, but when I first heard Treat You Right, at first I thought it was their rendition of the guy song,
Right.
because that's what kind of got me caught off guard with that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't blame you because I definitely got guy vibes a little bit when I first heard this
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
from this song, because that's what I really thought.
Right. All right. So now we're gonna get into Fever for the Flavor. I love this track right here. Definitely love those synths, drums. It definitely had like a more G funkish vibe to it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Um, very fire joint. I love it.
Yeah, this was good. I love the beat and the scratches. Had like a southern bounce to it. The guy that's rapping, is that, what's his name? Is that JT or something like that?
Hold on, I'm sure.
There was like a dude that was rapping on there. Yeah, a
Yeah,
couple
they don't.
bars.
They didn't really list him, but I can check on
Oh,
Rap Genius or Discogs or something.
yeah. He had like a like the typical like 93 rhyme style, trying to sound like Das Effects with his bars, and but it was a dope track. I definitely enjoyed it.
Are we all said our thoughts on this?
Ashley.
Oh no! I didn't say my thoughts on it. Fever for the flavor, definitely. Because when I first
Oh,
listened to this song, it definitely had that West Coast sound to it because the beat and the synthesizers and
Yeah.
definitely a dope song.
yeah, man. That West Coast flavor was definitely on effect on this one and
Yeah.
shit.
Mm.
All right. Next track we got is "Sex Me." Now it's kind of crazy though because R. Kelly came out with a song called
Hmm.
"Sex Me" off the 12 Play album, and I'm not gonna hold you. I
Oh
kind of like
wow.
the R. Kelly version better.
Same.
I didn't like. I didn't like the beat with this one. I didn't like the beat. I felt.
I like the beat. I didn't like the chorus. I thought the chorus was too simple. They
Yeah,
should have added more. They should have added more or added a bridge, to the chorus. But I
Mm.
like the beat, and I like it had like a hip hop soul sound to it. But I thought the chorus it was just lazy.
I 100% agree with you on that.
Yeah. I wasn't really fond of Sex Me either. I guess maybe because not only the beat that was used, but then too also the chorus as well. It sounded
Yeah.
like I don't know. I don't know. It just didn't sit right with me.
Again, it's that Two Life Crew aspect that they were trying to add to H Town and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Or
Yeah, I think
oh,
that's what it
even
was that threw me off.
when you have a song like "Sex Me," a song like this, why not have Luther Campbell on the song with them? Like, you know what I mean? Like he could have dropped a verse or ad libbing in the background or something.
True, but
Mm-hmm.
You
at
know,
that time, I guess at that time, he was still more on the business side of things and shit.
right? Has he done features?
Yeah, he's done features.
Yeah, like he could have been perfect with his track.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
Right.
All right, next track we got H Town Bounce. Very dope track again. It's pretty much party kind of track. You know what I'm saying? It does the assignment. If you guys like that kind of track, you know what I'm saying, then that's the track for you. Love that beat. You know what I'm saying? I definitely love Dino's vocals on that one right there. Yeah, solid track.
this was hard. That sounded hard. Another hard like street type of beat, and I like the guitar loop on it, and it's like chant. There's like a crowd in the background, chanting "Go, go, go." Like a lot of '90s tracks did that.
Mm-hmm.
Then like the tempo switches up with a different like in a different key, and you got like a female singing, for a quick minute on the track, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was dope.
Yeah. I liked H Town Bounce. It was definitely a dope song. Definitely one of the songs you would hear at house parties or get-togethers or something like
Yeah,
that, just to get the people going.
Definitely. Definitely had like that house party feel to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
yeah,
All right. Next track is Keeping My Composure. Probably my favorite track off this album. Wait, hold on, hold
Same.
on.
Same.
Yeah. This is my favorite track off this album. And
Same
I,
here.
I was asking myself if this was a single. What's up, Mike? I was asking
yes. There's a
myself if this
video.
was a. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. This one right here, the way they flipped that Barry White sample, and it's a familiar Barry White sample too. They
right,
definitely utilized the drums and made the drums. They pretty much had the sample follow the drums, if that makes sense. And that's one
right.
thing I loved about that. This was what I got from this track. Keep My Composure. Pretty much just them um being horny and stuff like that. You see, seeing a sexy ass girl and shit like that, trying to control yourself and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's just pretty much the gateway of what I got from that track. Honestly, all these songs are about sex. Really, that's why I haven't really been talking about like
Not
what
all of
this.
them. Not all of them.
Well, majority of the album is about sex. Majority.
Yeah, you know.
Well, majority, yeah, good majority and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, so, and that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing
Right.
and shit. You know?
You know.
Yeah, I like that line where they says, "And I'm ready, my little sugar, to give you all my time. If you let me do so, darling, I will pave our way. You will see a bright new joy on a brand new day." Definitely love that fucking line and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So this is actually my favorite track off the album.
Yeah, this was a great song. Um, Black Moon used the same sample for Gotcha Open
Yes.
remix. Classic track. Love the beat and the bass line for this. Really smooth. I want to say that the sample that they used on this song, is that a DLC sample?
Is that a what?
Is that a DLC sample or Easy E? Like this, there's like a sample that they use on like in the background.
Um, I never really quite noticed that. You know, I want to say probably a DOC,
Okay,
maybe.
yeah, it sound like DOC. It sound like DOC on that early DOC, like from his first album maybe. But it's a great song. I enjoyed it. Definitely one of my favorites on here.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Keeping My Composure is definitely my favorite song off this album. It's just I guess that beat and sample being used and just the chorus of it. It's catchy, and I didn't know this was a single, but yeah, I I hardly ever hear this song getting played on the radio. All I've known to hear was "Knocking the Boots" majority of the
Yeah,
time, or "Emotions" every now and again. But yeah,
yeah.
definitely,
It is DOC's.
definitely a dope song. And
It's
yeah,
from Funky Enough. Ronnie said.
Yeah, is it
Okay.
funky that track?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause I noticed his voice. I'm like, yeah, that's a DOC sample.
All right. So now we are at another interlude and stuff like that. You know, again another interlude that could have been a song and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's just my personal opinion.
Mhm. I thought it was good. It's gospel inspired, and they can really sing. Despite
yeah,
all the sex songs, and I feel like a lot of the '90s groups they got flack. Either they sang too much sex, or it was always something, or they're trying to be too hard or whatever. But a lot of those groups can actually sing, and H Town can actually sing, and I think they showed it on this little interlude, giving thanks to the Lord and all that. I thought it was cool.
Yes.
yeah. What I got out of the episode was pretty much them thanking God for blessing them and being able to sing and what opportunity they've been given to do this album and yeah,
Right.
definitely because a lot of groups that came out in the '90s, a lot of them you knew that they either were influenced by either singing in church or listening to gospel
Mhm.
music growing up,
Right.
or just having that family dynamic of known
Right.
of them having family members who sing, and it's definitely shown on this interlude.
Yeah, that's one thing I could say. And R&B album with good interludes and shit.
Right.
Yep.
Mhm. I next track, "Lick You Up." Very, very, very dope track. Another very smooth, it's very sexual kind of track indeed. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, again, another one with the chemistry with Dino and Shazam. Definitely on full display with this one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I love this fucking track. Classic.
This was dope. Really slowed down beat and the guitars. You know, it has like a Roger Troutman sound to
Yeah,
it. You
yeah.
know,
Oh, yeah. I was just about to mention that.
and it was good, and I enjoyed it. Definitely one of those ballads. You know, like you hear the title, you think something nasty. It wasn't a nasty type of song. It's just it's
Right.
one of those songs to put you in the mood though. Yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah, yeah. Look you up because when you hear song titles with stuff like that, automatically people will automatically jump to the conclusion that oh, this is an immediate sex song, or they're just I guess suggesting very nasty stuff. But no, that wasn't
Mm,
it. It's like one of those songs that you just like what Tribe mentioned, just setting the mood for that evening with your lady. Pretty much, that's what I got out
right.
of it. And I didn't
Right.
know this was a
Yeah.
single because this was another song that I never heard getting played on the radio. But
Yeah,
if
because
they
they always.
did, I guess they had to play the radio edit version
Yeah.
of it. So
Yep.
yeah,
Alrighty. Now we're gonna go to probably the most signature track, "Knocking the Boots."
yep.
I mean, do I even have to talk about this track right here? I mean, this one, everyone and their mom should know about this song right here.
Hmm.
Um, Definitely, probably one of the best usages of that Zapp and Roger sample, and a lot of people have
Mhm.
used that sample too. You know what I'm saying? I definitely felt like they started that shit off right with Gi Shazam Dino doing the ad libs and stuff like that. Oh, I think,
Hmm.
by the way, I think that was their producer Stick, that was doing all the vocals and
Mhm.
stuff like that. I think, but I
Okay.
Right.
I always loved the line, "Good loving, body rocking, knocking boots all night long,
Mhm. Mhm.
making love until we
Mhm.
tired to the break
Mhm.
of dawn.
Mhm.
Come on,
Yeah.
turn the lights down
Mhm.
and let me
Mhm.
get on it.
Mhm.
When I do, just me and you,
Mhm.
be so right." I give me some good
Mhm.
love.
Mhm.
Somebody rocking, knocking the
Mhm.
boots. Like
Mhm.
it definitely had like a playful tone to it. You know what I'm saying? I definitely fucked with
Yeah.
Yeah.
it. The video was
Mhm.
dope too, and this also
Right.
got them a Soul Train award too.
Yeah.
They got an award for
Wow.
best new artist, and yeah, they won it for best new artist and shit like that too. So based off the success of this song and shit, you know. So
Mhm.
yeah, very classic song.
Definitely. It has a everybody knows the song. It has a thug love type of appeal to it. You know, like when you play this song for any woman, they're definitely gonna give you some. So it's a great song. The beat, I like the way the beat drops in between the bass line and the chorus. Everything about the song is this is like what made them, what made them famous. So definitely a classic record.
Yeah. I can't even give an exact number of how many times I've heard this song getting played on the radio. I mean, it's not it's not too often that I don't hear this song, but yeah, I know it's definitely one of their biggest songs in their career, and they're well known for, of course. But yeah, yeah, cause when yeah, cause I know the beat that was sampled. I know there was another R&B group who used that same sample. It was what's the name of that girl group who had that
Smoke and
song
stuff.
He's Mine. What was
Yeah,
it?
Smoke and stuff.
moment stuff.
Yeah, that's what it was. Because I was like I
Mm,
knew I heard that instrumental from another group, so that
mm,
was the one. But to me, they used the sample the best, hands down.
mm,
And then you hear all the guys' vocals throughout the song. So you got to hear Dino, of course, and Shazam and Gi all coming together. Yeah, and then too that
yeah.
chorus is definitely memorable. And then the term knocking boots, not a lot of people were familiar with that term prior to them putting out this song.
Mm, right.
Yeah. But then too, during the 90s, it was one of the terms used to let folks
Mhm.
know like, yeah, yeah, we're about to have sex.
Right.
Yeah.
Reg, how do you feel about Yo Yo and Pac using the same sample for these songs?
But that's a good question. Yo-Yo definitely used the sample unique and stuff like that. That's actually one of Muggs' lesser known beats from that time too.
Yeah, I
The
love
way
that song.
Pac, yeah, the way Pac used that sample again, he definitely put his own twist to it and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the way they utilize those drums and stuff like that, and just the way they mixed it. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
it's like a weird way. Every time I think of the "Keep Your Head Up" song, I always think of the video and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I definitely felt like it definitely had that summertime,
Hmm.
early afternoon kind of feel to it. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah,
timeless, you know.
Yeah.
But
definitely.
honestly, I felt like H Town definitely uses sample the best. Honestly,
Yeah,
out of all of them.
He's same, same.
yeah.
Somebody else also. See, this song has been sampled a lot, though.
Hmm.
Somebody else sampled too, but it's gonna come to me later on and shit. Um, Next track, "Won't You Come Back." That's like a little nice little ballad and stuff like that. Very dope song right there. I love the beat to it too. You can tell they were influenced a lot by like Jodeci, like the "Forever My Ladies." It had a "Forever My Lady" feel to it. I don't know if it was just me.
Right. Yeah, it did remind me of early Jodeci on their first album, and the beat was nice and the keys on it, and yeah, I definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah, I like Won't You Come Back, and yeah, I could see the little bit of Jodeci influence on this song too. Yeah, definitely a nice sweet ballad.
Definitely. Alrighty, and the last song on this album is "Baby I Wanna," which is another underrated bedroom banger, if you ask me, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? This one, I definitely felt like they were definitely getting y'all ready for the second album and shit too. Just how lush the instrumentation was, and just the seriousness of the vocals and stuff too. Definitely a very
Right.
underrated song from them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This was dope. I definitely enjoyed it. Nice ballad. You know, the keys on it, the strings. It had like a Devontae swing type of sound, like
Yeah,
early Devontae production.
we'll talk
And
more about
yeah,
that
I
with
thought it was I thought it was a great way to end the album off.
Yeah, Baby I Wanna was a good way to end off the album. Even though this isn't a favorite song of mine, I'll admit it definitely is well suited for this album, and it's kind of like this song like leaves you wanting more from these guys.
Yeah.
right. All righty. Okay, so overall, this is a very good album in my opinion.
Yeah.
This album definitely was a nice start to um their career and stuff like that too. You can definitely tell that they were I won't really say still trying to find their sound. I want to say they were trying to fight, I guess trying to fight, which how can I put it? They're trying to expand on that sound, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, Luke definitely wanted to make them like the R&B H Town or whatever. I mean, Two Live Crew and stuff like that too. But I felt like when we got to the next album, especially when we also was on Part Time Lover, that's where they really found their gist. And we want to talk about that maybe later on this month and shit too. But I definitely felt like it got more stronger in the second half and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they were a group. Like you have groups like Boys to Men, Tony that definitely had their upbeat songs and they had their erotic sexual songs and shit too. You notice how with this album they definitely focused more on like the mid-tempo stuff, like at in the rest of their career and stuff like that too. And it's interesting
Yeah.
that to see how many like New Jack Swing influences it's kind of songs that you have on this album too, which I kind of forgot about that shit too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I would definitely give this album a four mics and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I think it was a great album. The production, the songs. I think Dino had a powerful, commanding voice on any song he was on.
Right,
Very underrated singer. Um, it has like a hip hop soul, New Jack Swing sound to the album. But I loved it. I loved every song. Um, they can do, ballads. They can do the New Jack Swing. Um, I love a lot of the songs like "Keeping My Composure," "Knocking the Boots," "Feel for the Flavor," "Can't Fade the H." I think so far my classic. Definitely underrated. That's not talked about enough, and I think it was a
He's
flawless album. Definitely.
yeah, yeah, it was. This was my first time listening to an H Town album in its entirety, and as I mentioned before, I was only familiar with some of their songs prior to today. Of course, "Knocking the Boots" it still is a timeless classic and well known song in their discography. And I know "A Thin Line Between Love and Hate" was a soundtrack to a film that got me a little more familiar with these guys. And then when I went to see these guys live, I was like, okay, I know what they can do on the stage.
Mm.
And yeah, even though I wish Dino was still alive today, so that way I would have been able to see him live as well, bringing the house down with his vocals. But still, it's still a testament that Shazam and GR are still going on without him, and they always dedicate each show to in memory of Dino. So yeah,
right,
um, yeah. I'll admit
yeah,
songs like "Keep My Composure," "Knocking the Boots," "Lick You Up," you know, and "Can't Fade the H." Those are my favorites off this album. And production, their sound, vocals were all phenomenal. It definitely was a great way for everyone to know these guys and for them to know they rep Houston and that yeah they come from down south, which I know a whole lot of R&B groups weren't a whole lot of them back then weren't from the south. Mainly a lot of them were either from the west coast like Cali or on the east coast like either in Philadelphia or New York, places like that. But yeah, H Town definitely is so underrated, and I feel that vocally they went as far as they could go, but I feel like they could have done more if it weren't for them having issues with I guess I know Luke Records when they did while they were doing the second album or after that, among other things. But yeah, this album is definitely a classic. So I'll give this 4.5 out of 5.
okay, definitely.
Oh,
I'm gonna make a quick phone call right quick, and I'm gonna come back on for about 20 minutes and shit.
all
All
right.
right.
That's a great album. Definitely. I need to get this
Yeah, I definitely need to get my hands on this too.
for sure.
Anyone in the chat?
I think somebody said something about Pretty. Um, Somebody said something about Pretty Ricky. Pretty Ricky did a remake to this shit. Why?
Wait, a remix to what? A remake of
They
what?
did a cover for Knocking the Boots.
Really?
Uh, Knocking the Boots. Yeah, apparently they did.
I did not know that they did a remake of it. I did not know. I know that
Why? Why would you even touch it?
I yeah, that's beyond me. um let's see.
Wow.
I know H Town collaborated with Pretty Ricky and Jodeci in 2010 for a song called "Knocking Your Heels,"
I remember that.
but I never listened to that song.
I think there's a video for that actually.
Really?
Yeah, there's a video. I want to say that's the song. They might been they I think they did something with Jodeci more than once, right?
I think you thinking of, I think Devontae Swing produced a song for them.
Okay,
I
that's what
think
it is.
for the second album.
That's what it was. They
Yeah.
had a video that they did. Jodeci is on the song with them though, and that came out like in the 2010s. But I forgot the name of it.
Hmm.
Sam wants to know, do you like the Spinners?
I'm not really familiar with the Spinners. So
Or the Whispers?
I'm a little more familiar with the Whispers, especially from my
Mm,
mom, and I know
right.
my my godmother, her and her family, they listen to the Whispers a lot.
Okay. Yeah. And Delphonics.
Yeah. I'm a little familiar with the Delphonics, some of their songs, but as far as their albums, discography, I'm not too familiar with it. But I know they did songs like "Didn't I Blow Your Mind"
Mm-hmm.
and "La La 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 Means I Love You" and "Hey Love."
OJ's or Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes.
Mm.
One with the
Oh, that's
OJ's
hard.
on there. OJ's for sure.
Mm.
Better R&B year,
Not
93 or
bad.
94. Better R&B year,
93 to me.
93.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Better R&B year, 93 or 94.
Mm. Yeah, I would say
Probably 93.
93 as well.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I can't really pick, but 93, you had Tevin Campbell, I'm Ready, 12 Play, what's the
Mm-hmm.
411 remix, Humming Coming at You. 94 had
Yeah,
some good
you
shit
had
too.
for the cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you had
yes.
for the cooling you that year.
Tony Braxton.
They had oh the Janet album dropped in
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
'93.
Janet
how can I
album.
forget that one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
so a lot of stuff dropped that year, and Tony Braxton's first album dropped that year too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Two great
so
years.
what y'all want to talk about next? Begging After Dark or For the Cool in You?
Mm.
Let's do Babyface.
Yeah,
Babyface
let's do
is.
it.
Yeah, do Babyface
All
song.
right, cool. I'm debating on doing a double Babyface review, Tender Lover and For the Cool in You. But let me see how much songs are on both first and shit.
Yeah,
Favorite Lionel Richie song.
All night long.
same.
Yeah, because I'm not going to say hello. Fuck that song.
Ah, wow.
I'm tired. I'm tired of hello. I'm so tired of that song. Like
Hello.
it's the video
You're looking
that made
for.
it.
Yeah.
Video.
Hello.
Okay.
Mm.
Shout out to that nigga Mike. We're gonna talk about Billy D. Williams' Secret Soul movie tomorrow on his channel. Yeah, I know Pretty Ricky did a remake of Knock on the Boots. They
Why?
did. They did.
Yeah,
They
and
did music.
I was telling Try that
Why they do
back in
that?
2010, H Town, Jodeci, and Pretty Ricky did a song called "Knocking Your Heels."
Lord.
I didn't care for Knocking the Heels that much. I'm gonna be real with you.
I never listened to that song.
Mm-mm-mm.
Honestly, I'm gonna be cute about with you. Pretty Ricky were cool, but they're not on people. When people say they like Jodeci, nah.
Nah, hell no.
No,
No, I don't see that either. I don't see that either.
you gotta
I
pull
ain't
up
gonna
that.
lie, I'll watch it.
No,
Mm,
Yeah, I
oh,
don't see
Tony,
it.
Tony,
That's a
Tony,
long shot.
right? Tony, Sons of Soul, yes,
that was great.
Yeah, yeah, that
classic.
came out in '93 as well. So yeah.
Jesus Christ, Tom Bell or Barry Gordy? Hmm. Well, Barry Gordy wasn't really a
Mm.
producer like Tom Bell, so
Well, he was in the early years of Motown,
yeah,
but then after that, he was more pretty much just running the head of the being the head of the company. So
yeah, because he did write for Jackie Wilson in his earlier days and stuff like that.
yeah, Repetit.
Yep.
Yeah,
Did he also write Lonely Teardrops too?
he wrote some of Temptations. He wrote some of Temptations' early hits like "Dream Come True."
Yeah, the ones that didn't go nowhere, pretty much.
Mm.
Yeah, that's why they were called the hit list Temptations.
And I know the Supremes had a tough time getting hits. They were the no hit Supremes.
Jesus. But look
Yeah,
what happened to their legacy and shit.
yeah.
People really ask, yo, if people really asking, is does Method Man have a classic album? Are they serious?
Mm.
My nigga,
Wow.
you would
If
be
you gotta ask
surprised.
that question, then you shouldn't be listening to hip hop. Then
Right.
does he have a
You
classic? Does Big Sean have a classic album?
okay, Ash? I can definitely fuck with this list.
Yeah, those are what came to my head.
Yeah, cause wait. I thought we no, we did that part of the breakdown. Okay, got it. All right,
Yeah,
got you.
we did New Edition's discography breakdown as well as some of their solo stuff, but we never actually talked about a
Yeah,
Johnny Gill album.
right.
Okay. Oh, that's my favorite Sir Mix-a-Lot song. Oh shit. Yeah, I just said that. Let's see.
Oh, I figured out another one that we never talked about yet.
Who?
If we
Montel Jordan.
Honestly, I'm gonna be cute about with y'all. I like him, but I was never really the biggest fan. It was mostly his
what?
first album.
Wow.
It was mostly the first album. Everything after the first
The
album, I
This Is
was
How We
like,
Do It album.
yeah, that
I'll
album.
be real with you. Yeah, I'll be real with you. The More album was a dope album. You would not be disappointed in that album.
Yeah, that was good.
And Get It On Tonight was a good album too.
Yeah.
That's the
But
one. Let's
I
ride,
never
right?
listened. No. His discography was This Is How We Do It, More, Let's Ride, then Get It On Tonight.
Yeah, it was that Let's
Let's Ride.
Ride era. Uh-uh.
Yeah. I wasn't. I've heard that song in his episode, like bits and pieces of it, but I never listened to that song entirely. So that's a thing. And a Montel Jordan album, I would never get the Let's Ride album.
Trash.
I would never, excuse me, never get that one. The only Montel Jordan album I have is his second album. I need to get This Is How We Do It and Get It On
Yeah.
Tonight.
I got the More album. More album was good.
Yeah, that is very good. You would not be
Yeah.
disappointed at all, Reg.
All right, if y'all say that and shit, man, I listen to it. I'll be disappointed. I mean, I'm fucking with y'all. I'm fucking with
Okay,
y'all.
if you're not feeling that one, then here's another person I just sent that we could talk about possibly.
We did mention we were going to talk about that artist sometime soon and shit. John B.
We
Yeah,
we ever
yeah.
did Diary of a Mad Band? We did that one, right?
I did a solo
Oh, you
review on
didn't.
that one. We never did that together, and that was one of the ones I did
Okay.
say I was going to review too.
Right.
Because I never had a copy of Forever My Lady and shit like that too. So I need to get me a copy. That's the only
Yeah.
Jodeci album I really want. 'Cause I'm not really in a rush to get the last album they did
Right.
together. That was
What the song
trash.
what the album that had Get On Up?
Oh, no, I got that. I'm in the one they did when they came back in the 20 teens.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nobody.
oh, oh.
The joint they did with B.O.B. Nobody wins.
Oh gosh,
Wait, what?
Nobody.
they did
Nobody
some
wins.
VO
That's the name of the. Yeah. B.O.B. was on that joint.
Oh,
trash.
wow.
It's like y'all doing songs with B.O.B. Really?
Mm.
And he
Would you
wasn't
be
even.
open to talk about Jagged Edge or no?
I'm not the biggest fan. I'll give my honest opinion, but I don't expect a good review
Oh
from me.
Lordy.
Mm.
And
Oh, oh,
okay, you
okay.
know me. I'm an honest reviewer
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
yeah. I know that, but yeah, I thought you liked at least a song or two of theirs. But I knew you don't really feel
Now,
aren't really feeling them like that.
the J.E. Heartbreak album, we can talk about that one. We can.
Okay. You like that
What
one?
about their first
I
A
never said
Jagged Era?
I like. So now you kind of kind of push.
You don't
I mean,
like
like
it?
I said,
Okay.
I don't mind. Like, 'cause I want to give my honest opinion. We can talk about Jagged Edge, but I'll give my reason why I never really fucked with them like that.
Mm.
They were just
You have
they
already.
brought in. I mean, they brought in that Thugs Need Love R&B appeal and shit like that. I
But
mean,
you gotta admit
That
they
was there
had
before them.
hits.
That was there before them
huh?
though. The thugs need love. Jodeci was doing that
I
before
mean,
them.
but
Jodeci did that way before them.
here's the thing with Jodeci. A lot of people want to say Jodeci were thugs. They were very multi-dimensional than people give them credit for and shit like that.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
but when you look at old photos of them and all this stuff,
Yeah.
they were pretty much like considered the bad boys of R&B at that time.
Yeah.
Right.
Keyword bad boys, not thugs and stuff, you know?
True, true.
Oh Lord.
Because Jagged Edge, they pretty much took that to a whole another stratus like style. And it's like you had all these hip hop cats and aren't like the 2000s, it really brought like hip hop and R&B coinciding with one another. It brought the good and it brought the bad in it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Yeah, but you
Now
gotta
I'd
admit
rather
Jagged Edge
do
had a lot
Drew,
of hits.
I'd rather do Drew Hill over Jagged Edge, though.
Oh yeah, yeah. We never talk about Drew Hill too, so
Yeah.
yeah.
And even that group I have my criticisms about, but I
Oh boy.
the first two albums alone.
But you liked their first two albums, I know, but you didn't you weren't feeling that third one they did.
No, it was.
Okay, we'll never talk about that one then, because I
Mm.
never even listened to their third album. So
I have to be in a really bad mood to decide to talk about that. I'd rather talk about New Edition's Bad Boy album than that one. Like,
Oh Lord.
oh Lord, the One Love album over.
Wow.
Mm.
but like I said, it has to be in a really. You guys have to really catch me in a really, really fucked up mood. Like, I have to be murderous mad or fucking
Mm.
depressed and shit like that. You know, before I talk about. And I don't mind
You gotta
talking
be
about
depressed.
bad albums. I don't mind talking about
Uh-huh.
trash albums, but it's
Well,
certain
those
shit.
can be considered trash reviews if
Yeah,
you're open to that. Yeah,
yeah. It's certain shit that I would
I don't,
really dive myself
yeah, yeah.
into.
I know you refuse to review.
Yeah, like the Black album. I like I said, Ashley, I did that because you want to do that shit, but that was
Yeah,
bad.
but I
That was a
know
bad
honestly
album.
you weren't
That
feeling
was a
that.
bad.
Yeah,
I thought
I
I
don't
was
think
at least
nobody
yeah,
was
like.
feeling that album.
yeah. Yeah. I'll admit. After I rewatched that video that we did, I was like, okay, this
Yeah,
was this was disappointing.
right. And even when we did the MC Shan, we did MC Shan and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Again, I was never the biggest Shan fan, but I've always felt like his albums would make great discussions and shit like that for the most part. You know.
they didn't. They,
Mm.
they didn't.
Well, Ashley, you should have been in those reviews. When I saw that video
If
with
I
that
if I
nigga
if I
sleep,
would have known y'all would have had those reviews
Mm.
whenever they were, I would have been open to hop on.
yeah,
Man, Craig
cause
G, MC Shan, they had some of the worst albums ever,
right.
Mm.
and
Honestly,
they
most
were revered as lyricists. I'm like, yeah, but they albums are garbage, which is what I tell people now about
was
Jadakiss.
trash.
Great lyricists,
Mm.
albums is trash.
Mm.
You know,
Um,
Would you be open
LeBron,
to discuss Kenny Lattimore?
yeah, especially the first album. I just mostly found the latter shit inconsistent. Everything after the first album was kind of inconsistent to me.
I got
Like
it right here.
lullaby
Kenny
music and
Lattimore
shit.
first album,
Yeah,
classic,
I have his
classic
album
album,
too. Yeah, I have that
classic
album.
album.
Yeah, I the only two
Moonflower.
albums I have of his are the first one and Vulnerable. Vulnerable was pretty good to me.
I didn't hear that one.
Moonflower said, "What do you think of the group Guy? I love Guy.
Yeah.
The
First two
last the
albums,
last album
first two
was
albums.
trash. Yeah,
Yeah,
What was that? What was that guy 3?
yeah.
yep.
Um, was it really that
I think
bad?
Guy.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Teddy Riley's Teddy Riley after '98. That's all you gotta. That's all I gotta say. Like, really.
Mm,
All I
okay.
gotta say.
Okay. Would y'all be down to talking about LSG?
Yes, I got Elegy
Yes,
album too. The first one.
Mm. I
better
know
than
my mom
TGT.
has those albums.
Definitely, definitely better than TGT.
That's
It's
really
not
saying
even a
something.
couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love Genuine,
Look at
but
that.
he didn't belong in that group.
He was too
Tyrese,
good for that.
Genuine, and Tank.
He
Yeah,
was too good for
he
that
didn't
group.
belong in that group. Yep,
Mm.
definitely.
Oh, you know who's an artist I've always wanted to dead ass talk about?
Mm.
Who?
The chick that did that song, "Been Around the World," and yeah, yeah, yeah. I have
Lisa
Lisa
found my
Stansfield.
way.
Stansfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Oh
was dope.
wow.
She was dope, definitely.
Okay, so mix a lot. I see you. Would y'all talk about some mix a lot?
No,
Oh God.
I'm
no,
joking.
they
I'm
gotta
joking.
pay us for that. They gotta pay us for that.
Yeah, you would have to pay
Fuck
me
that.
a whole lot of
I'm
money for
joking.
that.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Would you
I just want
want
to
to
say,
review Miss Chalet?
We did that.
yeah,
Didn't we do that?
we never did it. We never did Michelet.
We
We did.
never
We
we
did
never talked about Michelet first.
I don't think so. No,
Okay, I thought we talked about her first two albums.
we never talked. I know I never talked about the second album. I
Okay,
know that.
all right.
Mm.
I never actually heard the second. I heard people say it was bad though.
Uh, what about Brownstone?
That would be a double
I had their
review.
first album. I got their first album. Yeah,
Yeah,
Brownstone was
I
good.
got their first album too.
That was good.
Okay. Ozzy Brothers' Mission to Please. I got that album too.
Same. We didn't do that
That's
one
actually
yet.
one of my.
That's also on the list.
Yeah, I know. I know we didn't because when I did the Ozzy Brothers before, you were kind of bored with that shit. So I kind of like you were
I
bored with it.
was.
Yeah, because you were just like I wasn't feeling it today and shit like that.
I wasn't feeling good. That's what it was. I had like my allergies was acting up. You know,
Oh, oh,
the Ozzy Brothers are a classic group, man. You know what I mean?
okay, okay. Then yeah,
They're great.
Mission to Please will
Cut
definitely
close. We did cut close already. We did that like 3 years ago. The cut close album.
Yeah, we did. We talked about them. Yeah.
Well, Ash, I know we're doing Amy Winehouse this week. If you're a fan of Amy Winehouse and shit,
I'm not familiar with her music like that.
got you.
Have we ever talked about Solange?
I know I did a solo review on Seat at the Table a while back, but not as a
I never
group. We
talked
have
about Solange.
Okay, well, I have Seat at the Table. I have Soul Angel and the Hadley St. Dreams. I have her first album, Solo Star. But the only album I don't have is When I Get Home, and it's only available on vinyl, and I don't have a record player. So
I love the Soul Angel album. We can definitely fuck with that shit. That's to me my second favorite Solange album.
yeah, I even have an EP that she dropped. I forgot the name of it.
Yeah, I got the
Yeah,
Brian
because
Brian
McKnight.
yeah, because the EP that she did,
Which
it
one? Cause
sound
I
it
think
has like her songs, huh?
we did a didn't we do a review on anything? I think we did that already.
We never did
No,
anything. That's
we
on
never
the
did that.
list.
Oh, it's on the list. Okay. We did Groove Theory
Yeah,
already,
she
Ronnie.
did an EP called
We
True
missed it.
that came out in 2012, and I have that EP.
All right. I'm gonna stay on for like 5 more minutes and shit. Natalie Cole. We never did a Natalie Cole review.
We never did that. Tamia, we didn't talk about Tamia either.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was just about to mention that we never talked about Tamia.
Yeah.
Nah. Deborah
Yeah,
Cox
I
or
have
who?
all her albums too. Yeah, I have all Tamia's albums. So
Dope.
yeah,
Charlie
yeah, I have
Wilson.
all her albums. I have all of Tony Braxton's albums. I have all of Tamar's
Yeah.
albums. I have all of Tevin Campbell's albums. All of Beyonce's stuff. Um, all of
Monique. A
Alicia
lot of these
Keys'
albums are
albums.
out of print. That's why we haven't done them.
Mm.
Right.
Monifa's albums are like out of print.
Oh wow. Would
I
you be
think I seen
down to
her.
talk about next?
I don't know about try.
Which one? Which one? The first one or the second album? 'Cause, I mean, the second album to me was trash, and I told RL that, but he didn't like it. But you know,
Oh Lord.
I thought it was outdated. But the first one was great.
Mm.
Yeah. Him and Try went back. Well, yeah, actually
Reg,
went back and forth.
you think we get RL on here when we do that next review?
Oh my God.
I mean, try. Try.
Oh man, he would love that.
Mm.
Buy me.
I don't know.
You're my wifey.
That song was good. What y'all talking about?
It was,
Nah,
but
I like
I
wifey.
actually got the album. I actually bought the album, you know, because he had 50 Cent on the album. He had Beanie Siegel, but it's not a great album though.
Oh.
A lot of the beats were like outdated on this shit. Like the first album was classic. I love the first album, but you know, some of these artists think they're bigger than life. I'm like, your second album wasn't great.
Yeah,
You
my
know,
wife.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't care who you is.
All right. Yeah, Charlie last name Wilson was dope. People forget R. Kelly kind of brought Charlie Wilson back.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Maya, I
Musical
don't like Maya.
genius.
Maya's gorgeous, but she can't sing to me. Not a fan.
Y'all don't like Maya? Oh.
She
She
gorgeous,
aight.
but I never thought she could sing though.
She aight. I know Jay-Z said that she was rude at one point.
I heard that too.
Mm.
That she was rude to him or some shit.
But she said that she's just standoffish like that.
But why?
Oh.
That's just her. That's just her attitude. Shit.
Mm.
Mm.
She must be Puerto Rican.
Wait, I think she is. Hold
Maybe
on.
not. I thought she was just black.
No.
There was
High
like
yellow?
homegirl rude and shit. That's where I would be now. Shit. Let me stop. Hmm. Let me see what she is. All right. No, she's black black and Italian.
Mm.
Oh.
That's where the feistiness come from. She Italian.
I just love you. Jaheim's ghetto love. Jah- I like Jaheim, but I've never really been
Y'all
a fan
paying for
of.
that. Y'all
Yeah,
paying for that.
Oh.
Jaheim.
Reg, you know they put a new feature on YouTube now, right? For your Cash App.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, cause they put like a feature like the $ feature, so people can just Cash App you straight. Y'all gonna Cash App for that because we ain't doing all of these fucking reviews. I know I ain't doing no shit about no Maya.
Jaheim.
Y'all gonna pay us for that shit.
All right. Well, I'm about to end off this video right here because I'm about to head out and shit. Thank God the rain finally stopped. But hey, all right. Few announcements I gotta make. Few announcements. For one, tomorrow we're gonna talk about Rough Riders album and shit like that.
Rough Riders,
Yeah.
ride or
So
die.
that's tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Um. Also, y'all just be on the lookout for some more dope shit coming up. We just did the whole top 30 hip hop albums of 2000 and stuff
Yeah,
like that too. So that was
that
very
was great.
fun. I'm
Check that
debating
out.
if I want
What's
to do 20, maybe somewhere in the 20 teens. I'm not too sure yet.
mm,
Let me see how I'm feeling by Wednesday. And I'll let you know. But other than that, if we can, I think the next thing we're gonna talk about is baby faces for the cool in you,
why
which
don't
is
we
probably
do
be like,
since somebody Ronnie brought up 93 or 94? Why don't we like pick a year to like do the album, the R&B album of that year, like best
yeah,
R&B
arm,
albums of
arm.
93 or 94?
That's a dope shit. That's definitely dope.
Yeah,
We can definitely do that before the month is over.
yeah. And
Hopefully,
we got Ashley come back for that, and we all can compare what albums we have and what we don't have for that year.
of course,
Right.
You know,
of course. Alrighty. So, in case y'all don't know, we just talked about H Town's Fever for the Flavor. All this shit is out of print, unfortunately. So, if y'all can find it, must have in your collection. Other than that, appreciate this try as usual. Ashley,
all
thank you
right.
so much. Hope y'all
Peace.
subscribe and like this video.
Later,
Peace.
Ashley. Peace.
Peace.